Hi, this is Kathy Fosno and welcome to Kat's Creative Corner. Today we're going to make this cute happy birthday balloon card. Let's get started. First we're going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 so that you're going to have a tent fold. Then we're going to need a piece of Cherry on Top Designer Series paper. This is the one I chose. In the packet there's lots of cute different papers. You can choose any paper you like. And then there's Melon Mambo 3 by 3 1/4 by 5 inches. Then we have another piece of Whisper White cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we're going to use a strip of Melon Mambo, which will be 1 by 3 3/4, and a strip of Whisper White 3/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to use some various pieces of scrap paper in the Subtles collection: Wild Wisteria, Pear Pizzazz, Blushing Bride, So Saffron, and Soft Sky. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our balloon bouquet punch. It's got 2 size balloons, a small one. Oops, the light's shining right on that silver. There we go. A large balloon and a small balloon. So we're going to cut 2 of each. We may not use 2 of each. In fact, we probably won't, but then we'll just happen to have some cut out for later. I always like to store them inside the box that match the stamp set that matches the punch. And then that way I can use them later when I need some balloons. I can just say, oh, I already have them punched. Hope you had a nice weekend. I had a wonderful weekend this weekend. I had my stamp club that I have once a month, and then we had a workshop this weekend, and it was just a lot of fun. 5 different cards we made, and not all the people came to both of them, of course, but some did. So it was just a lot of fun. I got a little tired, but that's to be expected. Okay, so we've got our balloons cut out, and as you can see on the original card, I just decided to stamp the balloons with some designs. So I'm using the set Balloon Celebration. That is right on there. I don't know why it's so bright tonight. But so I'm going to use some of these little patterns to put on the balloon. So we'll start, I think we'll start with this one. Okay, and if you'll notice, because there's a small and a large balloon, there's also small and large patterns. So we're going to start with this pattern, and we're going to do it with the Melon Mambo Classic ink onto the Blushing Bride. And it doesn't have to be quite exact. It's a balloon floats. So it's not necessarily uniform in their patterns. Okay, we're going to do the little one. There we go. So our Blushing Bride balloons are all done. Let's see. I think I'll take this pattern for one of them. It's a little circle, just a little different. And I think I'll do it on the blue. So I'm going to use Tempting Turquoise on the Soft Sky. So I'm going to stamp off a little bit, just making a pattern. And I can use the same size on the larger one for this one, because I'm just making a pattern on the balloon. There. Okay, I'm using my Stampin' Scrub. If you haven't seen my video on my stamping scrub, you should check it out. It gives you all the directions on how to use it properly and how to clean it. Okay, shall we do one more pattern? I've got some stars here. I think we'll do the stars. And we'll take the green, the Pear Pizzazz, and we'll put some wild wasabi on it. So just some stars all over, and they're going to come out very light. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, you can see it. Okay, I'm going to put it all over the balloon, just in a pattern, a random pattern. And we'll do the same thing with our little one. And then my other card, I did it one way and then with one color, and then my next card I'm doing a different color. So it's just fun to just experiment and play. All right. I closed my stamp pads. You always want to close your stamp pads because if you don't, you're going to get ink where you don't want it. And usually it's on me. So I'm going to set my balloons aside for just a moment. And then I want to stamp on my white strip. I'm going to stamp with my Melon Mambo. I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday. Okay, it came out a little crooked. I think we'll do it the other way. Always stamp and don't glue on your paper until you've stamped in case you have to turn it around. It's a little difficult. I'm doing it upside down so that you can see it correctly. So that's better. So we have our Happy Birthday stamped. My Happy Birthday also came out of the balloon celebration. And one thing you need to be aware of is the stamps are bigger than seen on the package. See, there's an example. Here are the balloons, and you can see how much bigger this balloon is than that one. Can you see the difference? So they're quite a bit larger. Okay. So we'll set that Happy Birthday aside, and we're going to take the Melon Mambo and we're going to shut it. Then we're going to take our piece of Whisper White, that's 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And in the set, you'll see there's a stem with multiple like threads for holding the balloons, the strings for the balloons. So that's the stamp we're going to use. And I'm just using the Archival Black ink. Stamp it real good. And put it fairly far down, almost all the way down to the bottom. Okay. Okay, now the fun begins. We're going to put our balloons on. So what do you think? We've got all these balloons here. Which ones do you want to use? Let's see. Well, I love the Wild Wisteria Wonder. I just think that's such a pretty color. So I'm going to start with that. And we'll put a couple of big ones like that, and maybe go off the paper just a little. And then maybe a Blushing Bride over here. Then I think I want to use a Stamping Dimensional under one. I'm going to put a Stamping Dimensional on the bottom and on the top. I always like to make sure I have plenty of Stamping Dimensionals on so that they stick and hold really well. I do love stamping up Stamping Dimensionals because they just seem to hold better than any others. So I'm going to stick that one right there over the I want to call it Wild Wisteria, but it's Wisteria Wonder. Okay, let's do a small one. Let's stick it here over the Blushing Bride, and we'll use another Soft Sky one down here. I think we'll put it here. And then using the Stamping Dimensionals, I'm going to add another Wisteria Wonder on the bottom. So there we have our bouquet of balloons. And I have a few left over, and like I said, I just take them and stick them inside the case of the balloon set that matches it so that I have them when I need them. Or I have a better idea. Let's do the inside of the card. I'm going to use this, the long skinny stem. It's really hard to see, but it's right along the edge of the stamp case. So we're going to use that. So we're going to place it down, and I'm going to open the black archival ink again. And I'm just going to put a balloon right inside just to give it some interest inside the card. Get my hands kind of messy. So let's see, which one do we want to use? Let's use the Blushing Bride because it has the interest to it. And we're going to just stick it in here like that. Okay. Alrighty, so now there's a little bow in the package, in the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that with Melon Mambo. Right there, holding all the balloons together. And I think I'll just add one to the top of this. Oops, didn't go. One good thing about the photopolymer stamps is you can take them and match where you already have been so that it doesn't hold it right there, so that if you don't get it completely on, then you can put it back on and match it up. Okay. Hope this isn't getting too long. This seems to be a long video, and it was a very simple card. I didn't think it was going to take very long. So let's go ahead and add our designer series paper to the front of our card. We're going to put it and center it right in the middle so that there's a border on either side. Okay, and then we're going to take the Melon Mambo sheet and put it with the border on all sides, equal borders. And then we're going to take the Whisper White and do the same. All right, so we've got it there. We're getting there. We're almost done. I'm going to take, and with my snips, Stampin' Up! Snips, I'm just going to cut a little right in the center, and then I'm going to take my scissors and go right to the center and make a little banner. Do the same on both sides. And then do the same with my Whisper White piece that I already stamped. I don't know about you guys, but I send a lot of birthday cards. I had 2 I forgot to send last week and had to send, and I'm not usually late on sending out cards. I'm usually pretty good. So I was kind of surprised that I did that. It was the day of my nephew's birthday and I completely forgot his card. So I'm going to set this right in the center. Like that. And then I am going to use Stamping Dimensionals. I'm going to use 3. Take the backs off. So anyway, he should be getting it pretty soon, his card, because I sent it the day that I realized I had forgotten it, which was his birthday. There's your card. Isn't that cute? And now you have a little balloon inside and you can make your sentiment. So there you go. That's our card for the day. Thank you for coming by and watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did and subscribe if you'd like to. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to visit my website, katscreativecorner.com, all spelled with all K's. And when you get there, you can purchase any of these items if you'd like by hitting the shop button and going into my online store. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you Thursday.